Kald and welcome to Pandora. The Valkyrie SSTO single stage to orbit TAV-37B class shuttlecraft, known as the shah-tell in Navy, is a delta-wing transatmospheric vehicle used primarily to transport equipment and raw materials between a planet's surface and orbit. The Valkyrie is roughly 4 times the size of a 21st century Earth shuttlecraft, and because of its fusion engines, it can redirect its containment field for EMP dampening, meaning it can navigate well in high magnetic fields such as those on Pandora. Overall, it stands at 80 meters wide and 101 meters long. Despite its size, the Valkyrie's mass is very small due to its fuselage fashioned from extremely strong, non-metallic composite material. The material has high tensile strength, but only 1/4 of the weight of the perma alloys used in previous shuttles. The superstructure uses carbon nanotube composite in key locations to maximize stability and help conserve fuel. Its 2 exhaust nozzles of the orbital engines faced aft, and the engine nacelles are heavily shielded from the cargo bay. The Valkyrie have an operational range of 2,000 kilometers in Pandoran atmosphere. They can reach a top speed of 35,000 knots when leaving the atmosphere. Its cargo bay can hold a payload of up to 60 armed troops, 25 amp suits, 25 tons of refined unobtainium, and/or supplies. The cargo bay is a double-deck design which allows the ISV cargo modules to be stacked too high inside the bay. It can also accommodate personnel, scientific equipment, and other supplies. 2 Valkyries were stationed on Pandora by the RDA during their mining operations on the planet. They were used to transport raw materials and personnel between the ISV Venture Star in orbit and the RDA's base of operations on the planet, known as Hell's Gate. Each Valkyrie has VTOL capabilities by pivoting its engines, commonly used when landing on the planet. Its powerful fusion reactor provides enough energy to power the engines for hours at a time, which allows the shuttle to function as a low-speed aerial platform for exploration and survey roles. During its descent into Pandora, carbon fiber furbing tiling on its ventral surface protects the Valkyrie from shock heating generated by hypersonic re-entry speeds. At 10,000 feet of altitude, where the atmosphere is thick enough, the air-breathing turbojet engines are activated, providing forward propulsion until the shuttle is on its final approach to Hell's Gate. On the reverse trip, the shuttle accelerates to supersonic speeds achieving Mach 3. It is here that the hypersonic inlets open, and the Valkyrie goes into scramjet mode, steadily accelerating at 3 Gs to Mach 7. Its final burn to orbit then uses the orbital fusion engines. The plume created from these flights is so powerful that it can be seen at night from Hell's Gate. Despite reaching orbit in less than 10 minutes, it takes an additional 6 hours to maneuver into position and hard dock with the ISV. Cargo modules are then transferred from the shuttle to the ISV by a large robotic arm which travels along the longitude spine of the Starship on a mobile transporter base. The Valkyries were also repurposed to serve as automated gas harvesters, skimming through Prometheus's upper atmosphere to obtain anti-hydrogen and deuterium for refueling the ISV. One of the Valkyries on Pandora was used to carry 2 explosive packages to drop on the Tree of Souls during the assault by the RDA. It was fitted with 2 machine gun nests on its wing and 1 in the cargo bay. Ultimately, it was destroyed by Jake Sully before it could drop its payload. The second Valkyrie was then seen transporting many of the remaining human forces off the planet in the aftermath of the conflict. For me, the Valkyrie is a really underappreciated vehicle in the franchise, despite playing such an important role in the film. It's as iconic to me as the amp suit, and really deserves more of a spotlight. Luckily for me, it seems to be getting that in the upcoming book The World of Avatar, A Visual Celebration, but I also hope that we can see it reappear in Avatar 2, or maybe even its technological successor. Only time will tell. Thank you for taking the time to watch this lore video today. What do you think of the Valkyrie? Is it as iconic to you? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. But until then, hej alvaj, give me.